Good morning, friends. So we'll continue with the properties of the quadrilaterals. Yes. So yesterday we did a few quadrilaterals. I hope you do remember. We had a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. Yes. What do we call it? A parallelogram. So this is a parallelogram. A parallelogram in which all the four sides are equal is called a rhombus. A parallelogram whose one angle is 90° is called a rectangle, and a parallelogram whose angle is 90° and also all sides are equal is called a square. So yesterday we saw this parallelogram. Yes, by definition, the rhombus, the rectangle and the square. Okay, so if you do not remember, kindly rewind the video and go through the definition again. Okay. So in yesterday's lecture, we wrote the properties which are common to all, right? Now, again let me tell you, what is a parallelogram? A quadrilateral in which both the opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. A rhombus has also got opposite sides parallel, but all the sides are equal here. So every rhombus is a parallelogram. A rectangle is a parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel, but the angle is 90°. So every rectangle is a parallelogram, and a square is a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel, sides are equal and angle is 90°. So every square is a parallelogram. So all the properties for the parallelogram are equally applicable to all of them. So what are the properties? 1. The diagonal divides the parallelogram into two equal triangles. Yes? So now if you draw a diagonal, it cuts the parallelogram into two equal triangles we proved yesterday. Now since it does for the parallelogram, it even does for the rhombus. It even does for the rectangle, it even does for the square. So this is true for all. Property number 2, in the parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. So this we proved yesterday, that AB equal to CD, opposite sides are equal, AD equal to BC. Then we proved opposite angles are equal. Angle A equal to angle C, angle B equal to angle D. For all four it is true. And fourth, diagonals bisect each other. Okay? So, the diagonals intersect at a point, say O. So this diagonal is equal. Yes, the diagonals bisect each other. It means BD cuts AC into two equal parts and AC cuts BD into two equal parts. Now these four properties are true for everyone. Okay? And this we did yesterday. So let me write it down here. These properties are true for the parallelogram, for the rhombus, for the rectangle, and for the square. All four. These properties come. Then we went to a fifth property, if you remember. This is for the rectangle with yesterday. Diagonals are equal. Okay? The diagonals are equal. Now that is true for which one? It is true for the rectangle and the square both. This property phi is true for the rectangle and the square, both of them, it is true. We proved yesterday, which I had taken, for example, I had taken PSR and QSR. SR is common to both. PS equal to PR we showed, yes, and angle is 90. So by RHS the two triangles are congruent, the diagonals are equal. Same you can show for the square, and this is done. Now today we go further to see what we get for this one. Okay, we already know the diagonals bisect each other because in parallelogram the diagonals. So the same proof we use here, we can use here also. They bisect each other. But this time what we have got? We have got DE is equal to GD. Why? Because in a parallelogram, in a rhombus, all the four sides are equal. So I have shown these two sides are equal. Now what I want to basically prove here, okay, you will see what is the next book I am going to work upon. Now in this rhombus, look at triangle BMG and triangle BMG and DME. Look at BMG and DME. Okay, we already have DG equal to DE. Rhombus. Okay, I'll just write here. All sides are equal. Okay, in a rhombus, all sides are equal. Now GM equal to ME. Why? We have proved the same way for this, that the diagonals bisect each other. So the diagonals bisect, so GM equal to ME. Okay? Diagonals bisect each other. And the third thing, DM equal to DM, because this side is common. Okay. So these two triangles have taken DMG and DME. Both the triangles are congruent. By which one? By SSS. By SSS, triangle DMG is congruent to triangle DME. Okay. Now if these two triangles are congruent, then we'll have this angle and this angle to be equal, because you can see triangle DMG is equal to triangle DME. So angle DMG equal to angle DME. Are you following? We have got the angle equal, but this is a straight line, so it forms a linear pair. What we have? Angle DMG plus angle DME equal to 180 degree, because it is a straight line. But these two angles are equal, so we can write 2 angle DMG equal to 180 degree or angle DMG equal to 90 degree. So we have shown this angle is 90 degree. So this is also 90 degree, the vertically opposite of 90. So what is the special case we got in the rhombus? A property specially for the rhombus only. Diagonals bisect, that is true, each other at right angles. Diagonals bisect each other at right angles means in a rhombus, because the sides are equal, the diagonals bisect each other like a parallelogram, but here they do it right angles. Here it is not a right angle, but here they do it at right angles. So this property is for the parallelogram whose sides are equal. So where is the sides equal? The sides are equal in a rhombus as well as a square. So this property is valid for both the rhombus and the square. So we have got, now we can see how many properties. So one final summary of all the properties. Okay, what I did here, this is true for those having equal sides. The same proof you can use here. Now we'll see again the properties and just sum it up. This first 4 properties, The diagonal divides the parallelogram or the rhombus or the rectangle or the square into two equal triangles. True for all four. Opposite sides of a parallelogram or a rhombus or a rectangle or a square, the opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are also equal for all four. And the diagonals bisect each other in all four. So this is common to all four. Now, whose diagonals are equal? So we showed that those who have got a right angle. Means if one is a right angle, we'll show. What did we show here? I had used this one. If you remember, I used triangle PSR and triangle QSR. I used these two triangles. Now this angle of this triangle is 90. This angle is 90. These two sides are equal. See, look at this triangle and look at this triangle. These two sides are equal. This is common side and right angle. So by SS, the two triangles are congruent. So PR equal to QR. This is true when the angles are 90. Where are the angles 90? For the rectangle and the square. So the rectangle and the square, the diagonals have to be equal. And for what is the last thing we did for a rhombus? This is true for one whose sides are equal. So sides are equal for the rhombus also and the square also. And we showed by SSS, these two angles are equal, but they form a linear pair. So the sum should be 180, so each should be 90. So we have got diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Now why it is important to learn all these properties? So you have to learn these properties, and what is important is the converse. If the diagonals bisect each other at right angles, then it is a parallelogram. Okay? Now you can see the properties again and we'll just brief it up. The first four properties are common to all. Diagonals are equal is common to rectangle and square. Diagonals bisect each other is for rhombus and square. So if you see, all the six properties are true for the square. All 4, 5 and 6. For the square, all the 6 properties are true. For the rhombus, this 4 and this 5 properties are true. For rectangle, this 4 and this 5th property is true. And for a parallelogram, 4 properties are true. Now once you understand this properly and the properties, then you can go to the prove that sums. Now look here. If you prove that the diagonals bisect each other, in a quadrilateral, if the diagonals bisect each other, if you prove this, it is a parallelogram. But if you prove the diagonals bisect each other at right angles, then it is a rhombus. But if you prove diagonals bisect each other at right angles and the diagonals are equal, then it is a square. So depending what you have to prove, you have to use this. So if you have to prove it is a parallelogram, you can show that the diagonals bisect each other. So the diagonals bisect each other, you can prove it is the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If the opposite angles are equal, you can prove the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If the opposite sides are equal, then you can write that the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So this is the converse. So for a parallelogram you can only show one of the three. But if you have to show that it is a rhombus, then you have to show that the opposite angles are equal, okay fine, but the diagonals bisect each other at right angles, because this is the differentiating point. Opposite angles are equal for the rhombus also. So if you say the opposite angles are equal, it could be a rhombus, it could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be a parallelogram. It could be any of the four. Could be, but you cannot say it is. It could be. Diagonals bisect each other. If only you prove this, you can say it's a parallelogram. But if you say diagonals bisect each other at right angles, you can say it is a rhombus. If you can say diagonals bisect each other at right angles and the diagonals are equal, then it is a square. So, or you can say all the four sides are equal and all the angles are right angles. So, either of the converse you have to use to prove what the quadrilateral is. And you can only do that if you understand these properties in proper detail. So, you can go through yesterday's video where I proved the first four and the fifth one, and today I have proved the sixth one. So, these are the properties, brief properties of all the quadrilaterals put together. Okay? So, we are done with the properties now. So, we can do one or two sums for understanding. Now, the first sum we have is this. We have got two parallel lines, L, M, and a transversal. Let us say the transversal intersects at P and Q. What is this sum telling us? Let me write this point A, B. Let me call this line C and D. Now, the question is the angular bisectors. What does angular bisector mean? That which divides into two equal parts. So we have to draw the angular bisectors from this point. Okay? And in the book they have written separately, I have done it separately, but go by the diagram. So this is the point P, point Q. So what we have got here, AB and CD are two parallel lines cut by a transversal at P and Q. I have drawn the angular bisector of angle APQ and angle CQP, angle PQD and angle PBQ, the angular bisectors. So we have drawn the angular bisectors. They intersect at R and S. And we have to show PRQS. PRQS is a rectangle. This is what we have to prove. So have you followed the sum again? Clearly, what we have got? We have got two parallel lines cut by a transversal. We have drawn the angular bisectors of all the four angles formed, and we have to show this is a rectangle. Now, to show it is a rectangle, what do we need to do? We can first show that this PRQS is a parallelogram whose every angle is 90 degree or one angle is 90 degree. You can show that this is a parallelogram whose one angle is 90 degree. So let us see the proof. First of all, we have got what? Angle APQ equal to angle PQD. Can you tell me why? Angle APQ, this whole angle APQ equal to angle PQD. They are alternate angles. Yes? So parallel line, they are the alternate angles. So these two angles are equal. Okay? But this is the angular bisector. Means it cuts the angle into two equal parts. This also cut into two equal parts. So half APQ equal to half PQD. So half APQ I can write as what? RPQ. Therefore, angle RPQ equal to angle RPQ equal to angle PQS. Now what you can see here, PR and QS are two lines cut by a transversal. Now if this angle and this angle is equal, what you can see, they are alternate angles. Can you see? They are formed on different sides. If the angles are equal, then we have PR is parallel to QS. Why? Alternate angles are equal. So because the alternate angles are equal, this angle and this angle is equal, we can show PR is parallel to QS. Similarly, taking the other one, we can show QR is parallel to PS. We will get similarly QR is parallel to PS. We can write here similarly. This can be proved. Now the opposite sides are parallel. Therefore, PRQS is a parallelogram. That is proved. Okay. Now comes the next part. So this is a parallelogram, it is proved. Now, angle APQ, look at angle APQ again. APQ and QPB or BPQ. Look at that. APQ and BPQ, this angle and this angle form a linear pair, equal to 180 degree. So if I cut everything into half, then half angle APQ plus half angle BPQ equal to half of 180 degree. Now again, what is half of APQ? This is the angular bisector. So half of APQ is angle RPQ. RPQ. And half of angle BPQ is SPQ. So half of this and half of this, half of 180 is 90 degree. But what is RPQ plus SPQ? RPQ plus SPQ is angle RPS. Therefore, angle RPS equal to 90 degree. So we showed this angle is equal to 90 degree. So the parallelogram in which one angle is 90, the remaining will automatically all be 90, and therefore PRQS is a rectangle. So these are the kind of clues and sums which can be asked. For that you have to understand the properties in complete detail. So what your work will be, if you cannot follow this sum, you need to go back to the previous video and understand the properties in proper detail. There is one more property we need to see for the parallelogram. Okay, what is the parallelogram we saw? It's a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are parallel. Okay, a parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are parallel. Okay, a parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are parallel. Okay. Now, what were the converse properties we did so far? If you can show both the opposite sides are parallel, means this side and this side is parallel, this side and this side is parallel. Let me write here. Okay. If you show PQ and SR is parallel and PS and QR are parallel, then it's a parallelogram. Converse. If you show the opposite sides are equal, PQ equal to SR and PS equal to QR, it is a parallelogram. If you show the opposite angles, angle P and angle R is equal, angle S and angle Q is equal, then it is a parallelogram. But now, what we have seen here, you have seen that if you want to show its parallelogram, you have to show both the opposite pairs are parallel or both the opposite pairs are equal. So what you have to show for a parallelogram again, what is the property you have learned so far? To show that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, you have to show both the pair of opposite sides are parallel or both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. But now we have one more property, the last property is, if one pair of opposite side is parallel and equal. So this time I am not taking both. Are you following the difference in this property? Again, if I show the opposite sides, these two, both the pairs, this pair and this pair of opposite sides, if both the pairs are equal, it is a parallelogram. If both the pairs are parallel, it is a parallelogram. But here I have changed the property. I am not showing both the pairs. I am showing only one pair of opposite side is parallel and equal both. So this I am not going to show. What I have seen, let me write and tell you what I mean to say. If you show PQ is parallel to SR, PQ is parallel to SR and PS is parallel to QR. So you have to show and, both you have to show. You have to show that PQ is parallel to SR and PS is parallel to QR. Then if both these conditions follow, it's a parallelogram. Or case 2, PQ equal to SR, opposite sides are equal, and PS equal to QR. Both the pair of opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. But the third property we are going to do here is PQ is parallel to SR and PQ is equal to SR. Here I have not taken both the pairs. I have only shown one pair. PQ is parallel to SR also and PQ is equal to SR also. So this is the property. If you show only one side, one pair of opposite side is parallel and equal, then the parallelogram is then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So it is very easy to prove this, not at all difficult. You join a diagonal. Okay? Okay, you join the diagonal. Now what have we got? We have got one pair of we have got PQ is parallel to SR given. So if PQ is parallel to SR, this angle and this angle will be equal. Because PQ is parallel to SR, we can take this as the diagonal. Alternate angles are equal. So this angle and this angle is equal. So what are we given here? PQ equal to SR. That is given. Opposite side is parallel. Now opposite side is equal given. Now we are given the side is parallel, so alternate angles are equal. So angle PQS is equal to angle QSR equal, and SQ equal to SQ, common side. So because of the common side, what do you get? This triangle formed here by SAS and this formed here by SAS, both the triangles are congruent. Therefore we have got triangle PQS is congruent to triangle RSQ. So since we have proved both the triangles are congruent, then what is the converse? Since they both are congruent, it forms a parallelogram. Because the diagonal of a parallelogram cuts a triangle into two equal halves. So if we show the two halves are equal, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So from the other properties, add this one more property to all the four. The property is not about two sides being opposite pairs being parallel or opposite pairs being equal. It is only one pair which is both opposite and equal. So if one pair of a quadrilateral is opposite and equal. Now you can see, just to compare, in a trapezium also, one pair is parallel, but the pair is not equal. Can you see that? One pair is parallel, opposite pair is parallel.